Hey, so in the middle of doing all this donut activity, I decided I'm gonna make breakfast. And this morning we're gonna have blueberry pancakes and some bacon. Ingredients as follows: baking powder, baking soda, I got milk, and I got buttermilk. And we'll make magic. I'm in my kitchen, I got my flour, I have a scale with a bowl. What's required for this is eggs, sugar, we have that as well, and a little bit of salt. But I have my scale for a reason. I want to prove something to most of you. Right now it said 0. A cup of flour, all purpose, is probably about 5 ounces. A lot of people hear cup and automatically you think 8 ounces. Well, flour is a lot different, and I'll prove that to you right now. I just put that in there, and it's at 4 3/8. There you go, folks. Something you learn every day. If you look, I got my 9 ounces. I add a little bit more because I like my batter to be a little thick. We'll start putting this together. Yeah, I just wanted to show you I bake so much that I keep 25-gallon buckets of all my baking material down below. Cake flour, all-purpose, sugar, confectionery. Along with my flour, I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of sugar. There you go, there's 1. There's 2. Along to that, I'm gonna add a tablespoon of baking powder. There you go. To add to that, I'm gonna add a teaspoon of baking soda. There you go. And we'll get the wet ingredients going in a few minutes. Everything's in a bowl. And the recipe is right here, so you can see it. The reason I like this recipe, and you can tell it's been used a lot, is because all my wet ingredients will fit right inside this Pyrex cup. I like this recipe. 2 cups on the nose. You got 1 cup of buttermilk, 3/4 cups of milk, and 1/4 cup of oil. And I'm gonna add the 2 eggs, and it all fits in 1 Pyrex 2-cup measuring cup. Stay in the middle of all this madness, making donuts. We're gonna make breakfast for the family. I already baked some bacon, 425 degrees, center rack, bacon's done. Preheated the griddle, follow me this way. So my mother-in-law loves blueberry pancakes. So what I've done is I've taken some Maine wild blueberries. I've made sure that they're dry. And we're gonna drop that into our batter once we start mixing. So here we go, folks. It's this simple. 2 cups, batter. Let's go. Let's mix it all together. We're gonna mix this until it's incorporated. Once we do that, get from underneath, and start working it. The oil provides the non-stick factor for your pan. Some people like to use butter. I find this to be a lot easier. It should be a little lumpy. Don't over mix it. That's where people go wrong. They also say you should let it sit. I have found the longer you let it sit, the higher they rise, and they look extraordinary. Okay, so that's mixed. Let's dump the blueberries in. Just incorporate. The only reason I dry the blueberries like that, because I'm a little OCD. I don't like my batter to be purple, as you can see. Stayed nice. So, are we ready to start cooking? Yes, we are. I'm gonna grab a rubber spatula. We're gonna come over here. Now, mind you, this has been on for a little bit. And because of that, it should sizzle when it hits the grill. There you go. First one down. If I did this right, it shouldn't stick. Here we go. Second one down. I usually make 2 at a time, that way I don't crowd it. Unless you're making silver dollars, which are the small ones. Okay, so now this is down. I want to show you something. Pancake is cooking properly. You start to see the outer edges develop air bubbles. See how they're all starting to develop air bubbles? That happens when it's cooking properly. Sometimes we rush the process. Don't do that. Let it cook. Okay, I gotta get my silver spatula out. So we'll be ready to turn this in a minute. Give yourself a lot of room. That way you're not crowding yourself. There you go, folks. No stick whatsoever. That's how you know. All right, let's turn it over. Outstanding. Let's do the next one. No stick. Let's turn them over. There you go. Look at the rise on that. You see how it starts to rise? That's what you want in a pancake. When this starts to dry out, you're gonna flip it back over. Then you're gonna depress it just a little bit. But if you cook that right, that's what you should have. A nice fluffy pancake. There we go, folks. Turned over, cooked well. I depressed just a little bit to make sure there's nothing that hasn't been cooked. These are ready to go. And these need to be buttered. Let me come over here and grab a plate. I take them off, put them on the plate. And I like to put a little margarine on top of each one. Just a little bit. Take the next one, put it on top. Grab a little margarine. Just a little bit. I try to make my pancakes all the same size. Sometimes I get a little crazy. That way when you stack them, you present them, they look nice. Look how quick that's starting to bubble. I love that. If you're doing it right, folks, it ain't hard to make pancakes. Remember what I said, don't rush it, right? Don't rush it. Got the air bubbles around the sides, now let's turn it over. That quick. That golden brown, it's beautiful. Yes, folks, it truly is that simple. And you see the rise. You see how it's rising. That's what you want in a pancake. That's what you want in a pancake. You want to be able to see that rise. Just that fast. Let's turn it back over. Press it just a little bit. That one's still a little moist inside, I can tell. Same here. That one's a little moist inside, I can tell. So what we'll do is we'll turn it back over and let them cook. So there you have it, folks. We got our bacon. We got a stack of pancakes. We're sitting on the back deck. Ready to have breakfast. Oh, ready to have breakfast, Mom?
I'm ready.
Okay, so there we go, folks.
Ready.
Bon appetit. And have a good morning.